Excellent. We'll dive in. So good to meet you. Thank you so much for taking a minute out today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. So let's begin our journey with this. I always begin with this question, and it's about the pandemic. 6 years ago, we were all thrown into the unknown. So many things changed about our lives. How did you get through that coronavirus era, and how has it changed the way that you live and do things today?
Yeah, that's a great question. It actually had a profound change on everything that followed in my personal life and in my professional life. Um, I'll speak more about the professional life, but just a side note for my personal life, that's when I met my husband.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
COVID was great to me.
Yeah.
And yes, indeed, that was a time full of uncertainty. But I also like to look at it as something I always use in my life. I always look at all problems as opportunity. I was trying to understand how can I, what can I do to leverage this downtime? How can I make the most out of it? Even though I did catch COVID in the process, I lost my smelling and tasting abilities for something like 6 months. I did use this time to go through a lot of training and explore the different professional paths I didn't really have time to explore before. So at the time, I was already a successful tech entrepreneur, and I was working for INSEAD Business School on the executive programs, working with executives mostly in tech on their innovation and strategy projects. But I always wanted to kind of formalize this training, and so that COVID was when I enrolled into the proper coaching training and then got certified as a professional certified coach by International Coaching Federation, because I had the time to do those online classes with Ericsson School of Coaching in Canada. And I had my list of books that I wanted to read and a list of different online courses I wanted to take, including an AI, which back in 2020 was not really a thing yet,
Yeah.
and it eventually became. So it was very beneficial to everything that followed. And then also with my tech business and with coaching for the business school, both businesses actually boomed. We had a lot of demand. Everybody was online for my tech business, which is Le VPN. It's a VPN software and app. People wanted apps. They wanted that secure connection. So we actually had a lot of clients. And then for the executive coaching part, well, a lot of people made the same decisions on me to do the online training. So I had a lot of demand. And that's how I was able to coach so many people that by the end of COVID, I've coached over 1,000 executives for that business school,
Wow.
which made that profound change in me, that I started seeing certain patterns in the work that I did and in the mistakes that they were making, and also the patterns of those who actually were successful in their strategies and their projects, that I put in my own method, which is my main business today.
Absolutely. So, and I want to get into that. So, if I put you in front of a bunch of kids at career day, let's say they're 11 or 12 years old, and they want to know what you do for a living, how do you explain your day job to those kids?
I say that I help women who are currently working in big companies to start their own companies using the new technology like AI.
So, what did you want to be when you were that age? When you were 12 years old, what was your dream career?
I wanted to be a business owner.
Okay.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My parents um, were serial entrepreneurs. I come from Ural Mountains in Russia. So I went through those Soviet times when it was communist economy and then it became market economy. And my parents were aviation engineers working for the public sector, which means that in 1990s they lost their job. Well, they didn't really lose their job, but they lost their salary, which was not being paid. So they decided to take the chance and start a business of their own. And they've done multiple things in their entrepreneurship career. And I always watched them doing that. And that's what I wanted to be when I grow up.
So what was your first big shot? What was kind of the beginnings and the evolution to you being a coach right now and having that tech entrepreneur backbone? How did this happen?
Right. Well, I think it all started with just starting my own tech business first. It was never my objective to be a coach. Like, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur and build something of my own, which I did with the VPN, which just turned 15 years old. And somewhere probably close to year 10 of the existence of the company, I realized that what I was also very good at is helping other business owners go through the same steps that I already went in my company. Because I had so many people, mostly my contacts and network here in Paris, reaching out to me, inviting me for a lunch so that they can pick my brain and ask, oh, how did you do this in your business? And like, oh, what allowed you to have these results in that part of your business? And I was sharing everything I know. And then a few months later, they'll call me back and say, can we do another lunch? And they'll share with me, like, actually implemented what you said to work, give me more. So at that point, I realized, well, maybe I can turn it into a business because lunches are good, but it sounds like there is a need and there's something that I know. And I first started doing it as consulting. So coming in, helping them train their employees on some of the things that I knew. And then that's how the business school INSEAD, where I did my MBA, hired me as a business coach in the executive programs to do that with the executives, but more in a business coach capacity. And I started doing that. I enjoyed it a lot. And it was just the next step for me to decide, okay, now I actually realize that I have a system with specific steps that entrepreneurs, when they're just starting out their business on day one, need to take in order to get to year one, year two, and start having something which starts having real traction. And I also realized that my perfect customer, my perfect clients, are actually women like me, women who work in tech, who are senior leaders by now. Most of them are mothers, and they don't want to leave the corporate job. Like, they don't want to take that risk of starting something of their own, but they want to have a safe exit plan. They want to start building something on the side with a couple of hours a week to make sure that this idea can actually work and is worth investing their money, their time. Their time is their biggest resource, to be frank. So it's all about investing your time into something and knowing that there is proof, that there's data that this could work. So this is exactly what I've created for them today with my incubator online coaching program for women in tech.
So I'm in technology. I'm an IT technician for a school district by day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting kind of grandfathered into the whole process in the 90s. It was small companies. They didn't want to hire anybody else. They were cutting corners. So it was a field day. We could learn all of this from VPN to anything, large, small networks, all of this stuff. How did you learn all of it? Did you get certifications? Did you go to school? Did you do it on the job? How did you get this tech prowess?
Right. Well, I consider myself a woman in tech, but I have no tech background. I'm a business person,
Okay.
but I know how to understand what tech people are talking about. And I think for a business owner or like for a woman in tech who is wanting to start her own business that leverages technology, that is enough. Like in any
Yeah.
type of business, you need to know how to set objectives and tasks for people and then how to be able to understand whether those got delivered or not. So it's more about vision.
Gotcha.
And so I don't really do coding myself, although
Right.
now the industry has changed. Like, you don't even need to know how to code anymore. There's
Right.
AI doing it for you.
That, yeah. And AI is just traveling at a blinding speed right now. I mean, it used to be Moore's law was, technology every 18 months will duplicate itself. Every single day, AI is just like it's going at the speed of light almost.
Yeah.
Do you find that AI do you have any fears or any trepidations of AI truly replacing human beings? Or can human beings be replicated somewhere else on the food chain and AI won't have that much of a disruptive force?
No, I don't have that fear.
Okay.
I believe that we can learn to use AI to create a better lifestyle for humans. I'm completely against the idea of working 40 hours a week or 60-hour weeks or whatever that is. Like, I think we need to be really smart about time. Like, I want people to enjoy their lives and use technology to do the heavy lifting. Like, we don't need to work 9 to 5 to get things done because now AI can do it faster. So I believe that we will learn to use this technology to our advantage to make human lives better and not replicate and duplicate. Like, to me, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So, who's been your inspirational force in your career? Who's been kind of a hero that's allowed you to evolve to this place of success and to be a coach?
Well, I think if I look at my closer circle, definitely my parents and my mom. She's like this big embodiment of a a woman leader, an entrepreneur, and she still is. She moved here to France as well, and she's been just such an inspiration. Learning French in her 50s and integrating into the community and becoming like a very key person in her small community where she lives. So she has definitely been always a role model to me. But then if I look a little bit farther and I look at coaching, Tony Robbins
Yeah.
is a big inspiration to me. I've been to all his programs, read
Okay.
all his books. I'm nothing like Tony Robbins. I don't think anybody can,
Yeah.
but he's just amazing at what he does, and he has like this very big drive.
So we've had a lot of really solid tech entrepreneurs that have existed in the world that have made a lot of influence. Who would who do you admire from that realm of tech entrepreneurship? Or who would you love to meet and sit down and have a lunch with that might benefit you on your journey?
This is such a good question. I think there's so many that I don't have a specific person. I
Yeah.
have like this compound image of women creating something that solves meaningful problems. And actually, the people I think of are not big names out there.
Yeah.
They're people that nobody knows of, probably,
Sure.
but they are solving very specific problems that people need to be solved. And this is what really inspires me. Of course, I could say Steve Jobs, but everybody gives this example. And yeah, he solved the problem in a certain sense. I mean, I have an iPhone, but there are other entrepreneurs out there, especially those participating like in different social entrepreneurship competitions like the X Prize, who are really looking at what is that we truly need? How can we truly solve human problems with technology and making really bold moves to try something out? And some of them don't even succeed, but
Yeah.
at least they tried.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this. What is the motivation for you to do this work that you do every day when that alarm clock goes off? What is it? What's the motivator for you to do a good job and to take care of your soul? What is that combined energy every day for you?
Yeah, this is a really good question. And I have a coach myself, so we actually discussed it with her this week. And the realization that I made in that coaching session is that I don't actually have to do what I do. Like, I'm already successful in my other businesses. I don't need more money. I don't need more free. I live the life that I want to live. So at this point, it's all about, it became a mission. It's all about sharing what I know and helping others have the same life as I have. I wake up every morning excited because I actually love what I'm doing. And I have small kids. They take a lot of my time. And sometimes, I'm sorry to admit that, I prefer to go and log in and do my work than take care of them or play with them because, yeah, they take
Yeah.
up a lot of energy. So I'm actually really excited. I'm really happy when I log in and at 9 a.m. and I could log in at 6 a.m. if I could. And it doesn't feel like work at all.
So when you think about the word retirement, when that big word comes up in your mind, what do you think about? What's retirement mean to you?
I think I'm in retirement now. I mean, I don't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I could take as much time off as I want to. I can, every year, I reflect on what are my top three goals? How do I want to organize my schedule? What does my perfect week look like? What does my perfect day look like? I put blocks of things that are non-negotiable to me. Like this year, I blocked yoga 3 times a week. I have massage once a week. I go to sauna with a friend once a week. I have like these blocks of family vacations planned out. I've blocked that weekends. There's no work because I want to be fully present with my kids. So things like that. And then with the remaining time that I have, which is about 30 hours a week at this point, I decide how do I want to invest it. I have obligations when it comes to my tech company where I'm still on the board. Even though I don't have any operational work there anymore, I still overlook all the strategic decisions. I still do work for INSEAD Business School occasionally on different programs. And then I'm developing my own coaching program for women in tech and trying to spread my method, which is the Weatherproof Business, and my impact to be able to impact more women. And just last year, I had over 1,000 women in tech going through my master classes, free master classes that I offer several times a year, where I teach the method and give them the first steps and the first action plan. Where can they get started now if they just have a business idea, not planning to leave their corporate job, but want to get some traction and some validation that this idea is worth it?
So if you had a dream tonight and you ran into a 16-year-old version of you and you had a big book in your hands and it was your life so far and you handed it over and said, "This is what's happened so far," would that young version of you believe that book?
Absolutely not. She'll say like you're crazy, you're dreaming.
Would you give any advice to that young version?
Yeah, I think what I would say is not be afraid of hard work. It's worth it. And not be afraid of saying no to opportunities when they feel really scary, because that's how you grow. And yeah, just stay open to all the opportunities. I think that's the things that happened to me in my life. That's how they came to me because it felt really scary, but I never said no. It felt really scary when I moved to Paris when I was 21.
Yeah.
Then it felt really scary to apply to one of the top business schools to do my MBA. That I'm never gonna make it, but I thought I'm still gonna give it my best shot, and I'm not gonna send my application to a average school. I only want the top. And they accepted me. I was like, I thought it was a miracle they made a mistake, but I still got in.
Yeah.
And then after that MBA, I got an offer to run a luxury real estate company in Bali. Everybody thought I was crazy. I went there and I had amazing results for them. And this is when I realized that's it. I'm ready to be building something of my own. Why do I spend all that time and energy and working 12-hour days in Bali in a paradise where everybody is off by 5 p.m. watching sunset? Like, if I do that, if I have this work integrity for somebody else, I should redirect that energy to something of my own. And that's what I did.
So
And
being a,
then, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So being an entrepreneur, you have all these dreams. It's different than just going out and getting a job and working for a company. What's been the difference between what you thought being an entrepreneur was going to be like and actually living the life as a successful entrepreneur? Is it what you thought it was going to be, or has there been something surprising between the dream and the reality?
I think you're not gonna like my answer,
No,
but I think everything I lived as an entrepreneur, this is how I imagined and designed it.
okay.
In the first year, me and my co-founder said, we want to be digital nomads. All we want is time freedom. We don't care about earning millions with this business. We just want to make enough to have a really nice lifestyle. And that's what I did. I traveled for 2 years in Asia doing yoga retreats and whatever. And I had money to cover all the costs and our business was growing. I was happy. And then I decided to move to Argentina and to learn tango. And I stayed there for 2 years. And I worked in the late afternoons and then danced throughout the night. And that's the entrepreneurial lifestyle I wanted to have at that time. But then I came back to Paris. I said, okay, now I want to take this business seriously. I want to grow it. My co-founder was on the same page with me. That's when we started growing. We acquired a UK competitor, integrated the client base into our VPN company. And then we started growing and starting getting all these acquisition offers. And that's what people started calling us successful. Although I think the first 5 years were really successful as well, because we achieved exactly what we wanted. We had complete flexibility, work when we want to work, still doing a good job, getting results, customers happy, we are happy. So I think to come back to your question, it's entrepreneurship is exactly what you think it is for yourself. Like you can design your life and the way you run your business the way that works for me and the way that for you. And the way that worked for me is not raising any money, having complete freedom to make decisions in your own business, make it profitable from day one, and just integrate it into your life versus adapting your life to your business.
That makes sense. So, of everything that you've done in your life up to this point, accomplished, overcome, become, what are you the proudest of?
My kids and my husband.
Yeah. So, everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, colleagues, everyone that knows you, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
Well, I'd like to be that person who inspires others and creates magic in a certain way, helps them live a better life. I want to be a role model to show them that that is possible. You know, sometimes I meet people and they say, oh, I'm on a very successful corporate job. It's like, well, do you really enjoy it? Is your new role exciting? And then they say, oh no, I hate it. It's like, what about the job before? I hated it too. I don't know anyone who wouldn't hate their job, but it's really good. I have 10 weeks of vacation here in France, and I can log off at 5 to go pick up my kids. It's a perfect job. It's like, this is crazy. You're spending your life doing something you don't enjoy. To me, it just feels suffocating. So I want everybody to have a second option and show that that is possible.
Perfect segue. If anyone has questions, they want to hire you, they want to reach out, any of the good business, where's the best place for them to go?
To my website, KseniaVotinova.com, or find me on LinkedIn, where I post daily content and also send all the invitations to my masterclasses. Ksenia Votinova-Arnaud on LinkedIn.
Okay, excellent. I will put all these links in the show notes. So great to meet you. Thank you so much for your story. Thank you for your time. Best of luck. Have a great 2026.
Thank you, Joy. Same to you.
Thank you.